class 10 CBSE, the last topics of this. Today we are going to discuss about two topics, the same lesson, that is the chemical reaction and equation. First is the corrosion. This topic you have to study it again in one more lesson, that is the metal and non-metal. Today we are going to discuss in very short what is the corrosion actually is. It is a degradation. It is the process in which the metal degrades slowly and slowly. It is not a fast process. It is a very gradual happening process, and the condition is for there. The best example of corrosion is the rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is the best example of the corrosion. You know very well the red coated which is present of the iron oxide. Why that red coat create on the iron article? Because of the two reasons. Two conditions for the corrosion is the first is presence of moisture or water, and second the presence of oxygen. This two condition is there, due to which the iron create a red layer of iron oxide. Iron oxidized to form iron oxide, and this iron oxide is red in color, and this red color substance in common we call is the rust. The rusting of the iron is the best example of the corrosion of metal. So what is corrosion? It is a process of degradation of metal as a result of its reaction with air and moisture which is present around it. First we are going to write the definition of corrosion. The process of degradation or gradual degradation. Proper term what we have to write here is the gradual. It is a slow process. So the process of gradual degradation of metals due to the action of moisture, water and air. Air means we talked about the oxygen. And the process which is completed in the presence of oxygen, that process is actually called the oxidation. Okay, adding of oxygen is oxidation. Now you know very well. So what is the corrosion? Corrosion is a oxidation process. Corrosion is an oxidation process. Oxidation, that is in the presence of oxygen and the water, the metal degrade gradually to form a new substance. From where it get the water and the moisture that is already present in the surrounding. The two conditions which is essential for the corrosion is the presence of moisture and presence of oxygen, and best example of rusting of iron. One more common example you must know about that. Some of you have wear the copper ring in your hand. The copper ring that you wear in your finger, sometimes you see the green color mark, especially in the summer season where the sweating arises. The oxygen is present in the atmosphere, sweating provides the moisture, and due to that you must watch one green layer in your finger where you are kept your the finger ring, in the copper finger ring in your finger. So this is the corrosion of the metal. In the details of this corrosion process, we must have to read in the next lesson, that is the metal and non-metal. And next topic of related with the oxidation, that is called the rancidity. This is actually the last topic of the lesson. Rancidity is also an oxidation process. Oxidation, it means in the presence of oxygen. It is also an oxidation process. Oxidation in rancidity, that is especially the oxidation process performed in the food. Okay, oxidation process in food. Our food get oxidized, and when the food get oxidized, there are certain changes occur in the food. The taste will change, the color will change, the odor, the smell will change. All these changes are included in the rancidity. So what is rancidity? It is the process of oxidation in food in which the color, odor and the taste of the food is degrade due to the oxidation process. What is rancidity? It is an oxidation of food due to which food degrade its taste, color and odor. Odor is the smell. Okay, so what is the rancidity? Rancidity which change the food. It oxidize the food and which change it in the there is lots of changes occur due to this. That is the change in the taste, color and the odor. Very common example in your home. Okay, let us suppose your mother make some food for you in the morning time, like the dal or the sabji, and she kept in the kitchen and told her to eat the food when you want to eat. But till evening you have not touched the food, or you kept the remaining food outside the fridge. So what happened at the evening time when we open the container, you must smell a bad sour smell. You must be smelling. Odor of the food get changed. If you look carefully, the color is also get changed, and if you taste it, it is sour in taste. It means the taste is also changed, and that is called the oxidation process. Okay, so then how can we identify the food get spoiled? That is spoiling of food actually. So how can we identify the food get spoiled? The spoiling of food or rancidity in food. Rancidity is oxidation, and rancidity actually spoils the food. It spoils the food. Okay, then how can we identify the food get spoiled or not? The three common thing is there by which we are able to know whether the food is spoiled or not. First is the taste of the food. Okay, before the taste, the foul smell, one bad sour smell you must able to smell. That is the foul smell. Then second is the change in color, and third unpleasant taste. All this occur in the packed food also. Okay, you are going to purchase some packed food, some types of the chips or kurkure or any other thing. You know, in the packet very less amount of the chips is there, and whole packet is full of the air. Why the air is poured in the packet? If there is no air in the packet, you don't purchase that packet, because maybe that food get rancided because of the absence of that air that is present in the packet. The substance that is filled in the packet is nitrogen gas, and nitrogen gas actually prevent the food, prevent the packed food, the pouch food to rancidate. It prevent the oxidation process in the food. So what are the various modes by which we are able to prevent our food from rancidity? So prevention measures. Preventions from rancidity. That is the prevention measures. Now what is the first one? The first one, we have to use some chemical. The chemical are called the antioxidant. So what is the first prevention method? By adding antioxidants. Antioxidant, the substance, the chemicals. Actually, what is antioxidant? It is the chemical. These are the chemicals which prevent the oxidation in food. Okay, in our country, 2 food material is considered as that antioxidant, and the two chemicals which is used as antioxidant is butylated hydroxyanisole. First is the butylated hydroxyanisole. In short, we call it BHA. Okay, this This is the first chemical which is used as the antioxidant. And what is the second chemical? Second chemical is the butylated hydroxytoluene. Butylated hydroxytoluene. That is BH. These are the two chemicals that is authorized by the government used as the antioxidant. That is important. One more question you must have to remember it. What are the other measures that we use to prevent our food from rancidity? For second, we have to use the refrigerator. Okay, by refrigerating your food. By refrigerating your food, if you kept the food inside the refrigerator, then it must we must prevent it from spoiling. Now, what is the third method? All the food material we must have to keep it in the airtight container. In the absence of air, oxidation does not occur. By keeping the food in airtight container. Airtight container. This is the third method. Now, what is the fourth method by which we are able to prevent our food from rancidity? The vacuum packing of the food. By vacuum packing of food. Vacuum packing, as I told you, that is in the we must fill nitrogen gas. Actually, nitrogen gas is filled in it. In the packed, that your kurkure and chips, etc. That packet contain the nitrogen gas, and this nitrogen gas prevent them from the rancidity. One more process we must have to perform to stop the spoiling of the food. That is by keeping the food. This is the spoiling process, spoiling of the food, and light also plays a major role. Okay, light actually what happened? Because of the light, the temperature rise up, and that rising temperature increase the oxidation process also. So by keeping the food or storing the food away from the light, So these are the various prevention methods that we have to take in to avoid the rancidity in our food. So what is corrosion? Corrosion is actually the oxidation or degradation of metal due to the oxidation, and rancidity is the degradation of the food due to the oxidation. So both are oxidation processes. This all from this lesson.